Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to pop on and talk about what hormones build muscle and burn fat. I get so excited about building muscle, talking about proteins, all these other things, nutrient levels, all this stuff. I just did a talk where I was talking a lot about nutrients in the female body and hormones and all these things. I get so fired up about it. But I thought I'd pop on here and just, do a general, information session, on how your body can actually build muscle and burn fat, right? And the things that impact this the most. Now, one of the things that we don't think about really is, again, for women, we really need to have a certain amount of muscle tissue to even allow our system to start burning fat. The female body is not designed to burn fat naturally. Not like the male body, right? Like guys, they can walk up a flight of stairs. They'll get in fat burning, right? They, spend a little time on the can. Yep, fat burning. Yep, I just got to work out in there. Yep. It's like nothing for them, right? Because of their hormone levels, testosterone, things like that, how much muscle tissue they can maintain easily. Their systems are just like, ooh, fat burning all the time. Ooh, good for them. Woo. But for women, it's a lot harder for our bodies to not only get there, but to maintain it. How do we stay in a fat burning zone as long as possible, right? We get like max 3 hours. Men get like 22 hours. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. I wish I was, but I'm not. This is the thing. So how do we maximize the time that we have to be fat burning and to target these fat cells? So a big key here is having enough muscle tissue. Having enough muscle tissue, absolutely your nutrient levels, things like that will play a role in it. Also realizing, I'm going to talk about fat cells, fat tissue as well. This is a fat cell. These are fat cells. This is, again, an illustration. I'm not an artist, so here's my diagrams. But fat cells are like balloons where they blow up really big and decrease. You don't get more or less cells. They just increase in size or decrease. They're actually kind of amazing and how dynamic they are. These are also estrogenic. We'll get there. Let me rein it in, right? But here we go. In order to get to the most fat burning that you can get throughout the day, you got to have enough muscle tissue. What are the hormones that are important in that? Boom, I wrote it down for you. Estrogen for women is essential to build and maintain lean muscle. Now, as your body shifts and changes throughout the month, you will have different weeks where there's more estrogen in your system and less. So it's important that you are really tracking where your body's at to align with, oh, here's my estrogen phase. I can really tap into and create more lean muscle easier in my body so that I can get to more fat burning. Yes, and as your body shifts and changes throughout your lifetime, perimenopause, menopause, this will change too. This is why in the programs that I have, I address this for women differently at different stages of your life. Yes. Testosterone, also essential for women. Now, women don't have the same levels of testosterone as men, of course, but we do have some levels, and this can be really, really helpful. If you don't have enough testosterone in your system, one of the most common things that you'll notice, besides not being able to build muscle that well, no libido. Yeah, that's not great. That's not great. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm really not building muscle, which is it? Is it my estrogen? Is it my testosterone? Is it both? I don't know. Best way to find out, Dutch test. Your friend and mine, Dutch test. This is going to measure your hormones. This gets sent right to your house. You take the test, you pee on strips, send it back in, right? Let them dry first. Send it back in. They analyze it after a couple of weeks. We go over your results and we get to see exactly what your system is doing, exactly why it's having a hard time building lean muscle, maintaining it, all those things, exactly where your hormone levels are at. So often women will try it. Oh, let me try this workout program. Let me try that. Why can't I, get this tone, get this muscle? You have to have these things. You can't drive a car on no gas, right? You have to have certain hormone levels to do that. So that's what we find out here. If you are wondering more about this test, I'm going to put a link right here in the comments. There we go. This is going to be really, really helpful in teaching you more about Dutch test and letting you know where your levels are at. Now, again, as we do things, and what I do is really different from most other people out there, right? When you look at female hormones and how the body works and functions, it's important that you're getting advice from somebody who does this for a living, right? Like this is, that's an expert in the area that has an advanced degree of some kind, and that is getting you solid advice in your overall health and systems. Because what I'm recommending, these are just general for your information sessions here, but what you may have going on in your body is going to be different than somebody else. If you have a thyroid issue, if you have chronic health issues, if you have Lyme disease, if you have PCOS, things like that, your levels are going to be different here, and that's going to affect how well this functions too. So those are all things I do on an individual basis, and not necessarily just in general of like, oh, everybody who has PCOS should do this. That's not good advice. That's not good advice. Okay. So there's that. So that's why click the link, learn more, and really make sure you're doing the right thing for you and your health, which you live in your body. You know the right thing for you. Yeah. Now, when we talk about getting that muscle tissue there, okay, yep, we're going to do the nutrients, we're going to make sure the hormones are there, getting enough muscle tissue. Now that we've done that, we want to be able to burn fat. So this is fat cells that have a lot of energy stored inside of them, so they're blown up like a balloon. Now we want to shrink them. We want to have them break open so that energy comes out and that they can shrink like a flat pancake again. Yes. One of the main hormones that's going to influence this is cortisol. Cortisol, stress hormone. Stress hormone. Oh, does that get measured on Dutch test too? Sure does. Ha, bam, right there. Yes, it gets measured on Dutch test. We take a look at what your levels are at, what they're doing throughout the day, how this is affecting your energy, your sleep, your body's ability to repair, your body's ability to tap into fat storage. There was a test that I went over today, in fact, with somebody, and she was, she's like, I've been working out for like 7 years. I have been working out like almost every day, like diligently, consistently, everything. And she's like, only 5 years ago, it started to go in the opposite direction. And now she's like, I've gained over 30 pounds. I'm not doing anything different. I don't understand what's going on. And I looked at her cortisol levels and I was like, so you're not burning fat. Just, you're not. There's no way your body can get to that level. Not with these cortisol levels, right? So we need to shift and change a lot about your system. We need to get the right nutrients in your body. We need to shift and change how hard you're pushing it, because that's going to take you in the opposite direction, which you already know because that's what's been happening. And then we need to make sure you're getting on the right protocol for you to move you out of here as quick as possible, move you out of the stuck place that you're in as quickly as possible. So keep that in mind. It's like you can't, when these things are happening here, this isn't about eating cleaner. This isn't about that one cookie you had last week. This isn't because you missed a workout once in the last 3 weeks. That's not it. It's these hormone levels that are in your system and how your system's functioning that are messed up, not letting your body do what you want it to do. This means that you're not in the driver's seat, right? This means that you are not in control of how this functions. So stop banging your head against the wall and figure out what your body levels are at. Again, right there in the comments, you can learn more about the Dutch test. But this makes all the difference in the world. It makes all the difference in the world in being able to understand, okay, here's where my body's at with these hormone levels. Here's how I can build more lean muscle, support my body and system, and then go into targeting fat and slowly shifting, this doesn't happen overnight, right? But slowly targeting these fat cells to help shrink them. And that's how you burn fat, lean out, slim down, tone up, all those things. That's how that happens. You need to have these hormone levels in check. And these are things that we all look at, and they're essential. So let me know if you guys have questions on this, or if you want me to do a deep dive on some of these pieces that I've talked about, because I'm rolling a bunch of things together. The reason I'm doing this is that I've seen a lot of stuff out there recently. Again, it's not bad information, I want to say, but I feel like it's only partial information for you. Please don't look at just one hormone level or just one thing. I got a saliva cortisol test. Oh, great. It doesn't check how your adrenals are doing. But it's important to understand all these things and how they function together, so how your system is actually working. That's a big key thing there, okay? So that's why I wanted to cover this. Now, if you have other questions, let me know. But if you want me to deep dive, write a comment. I'll do another video. My next video will be on something that you guys have a question on. Other resources I have for you, of course, are my books, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon, and my book, The Female Menopause Solution. This talks all about hormones and the cycle, how to match your nutrition for your body. And then I have a YouTube channel, which is called Dr. Beth Westy, where you can subscribe to that to stay updated on all the videos I have coming out and all the information. And then my podcast is called The Female Health Solution. that's what I got for you guys tonight. Please let me know if you have any questions or need anything else. Otherwise, have a great rest of your night, and I will see you later.